you're going to have a true and deep connection to that, for us, this particular place. And you can't really do that unless you understand something about how it got to be the way it did. If you walk past a building and you're like, oh, it's Miller Hall. But if you don't know who that was, then, it's just a name. And there's a lot more to all of those things than the name that's on the building. There's a person behind it and a story that goes along with it. And so I know for me, coming and working with a collection in Kentucky, since I'm from Kentucky, for me, it's that connection because I'm part of the collective, memory and experience of Kentuckians, and it makes it easier to have that connection and to talk about it with people. So I think it's the same thing for students, that if you can see some of those connections, it means more to you. Well, apparently I just, immerse myself in it because, I did a cookbook based on stuff in our collection. So it's the Historic Kentucky Kitchen, and it is over 100 recipes of predominantly handwritten recipes. You can use that term loosely because we imagine a recipe that will give you instructions on how to cook it, and most of the historic recipes and historic cookbooks, were very sparse in their instructions, so it may not tell you what temperature to put the oven on or how long to cook something. So anyway, it's over 100 recipes from 1850 through 1950 from Kentucky family collections that we have in special collections, and they were all tested and sometimes retested and oftentimes not included because they were terrible. But the book just came out in paperback this year, which was pretty exciting. If it was today, I'm binging my way through a podcast. I think it's In the Night, which is about the abduction of the boy who was in Wisconsin, Jacob Wetterling. Wetterling?
Mm-hmm.
One episode to go. Dr. Robert Peter was at Transylvania, the medical college there, and they had sent him to England to purchase medical supplies, equipment. And it was 1839, which was the year that the daguerreotype was patented. And so while he was there, he picked up all of that equipment as well. So he's credited with bringing photography to Kentucky. Because typically during that time, it was the scientists or the engineers who did photography because it was so chemistry heavy and really technical, and they were often the people who had access to that stuff. And so we have a daguerreotype that he took of his family that is our oldest photograph and, potentially one of the first photographs that was ever taken in Kentucky. And so that gives me all sorts of chills when I see that and get that out and show it to people. We have great people. I really like the people that I work with, and I feel like we are all working towards the same shared goal, and we're all there because we want to be there and because we believe in what we do. So it makes it really easy to go to work every day.